Guys, you will never see another Uriah Faber. I am telling you right now, they only made one. Okay, so Uriah Faber, I mean, this is a hammer to the highest of levels. And when he got into MMA, it was never about the fame or the money. I remember where Faber debuted. And the reason I know when he debuted is I was on that card. Gladiators Challenge. He had just come through college. I had just come through college. I had done a couple of matches while still in college. So I've only got 4 or 5 matches under my belt, but I've done it before. He's in the back, and the way Gladiator Challenge worked is we were in tents. And it was at a casino, so you go into the ballroom, but you come in through the back door. That's where the walkout is. Fighters stage in tents. Uriah and I got put in the same tent. And I don't know if I had ever met him, but I knew him for 5 years. He wrestled. Same time I was wrestling, he used to get matched 133-pounder. UC Davis, he'd get matched up with my teammate Brian Watson. They go out there and just go to war over and over again. So I knew exactly who he was, but we hadn't met. So this is where we have our official, hey, I'm Chael, hey, I'm Uriah Faber. And he goes out, he has a great performance, he wins, I win, and we kind of celebrate with each other, and we go down the road. We end up in WEC together, and his life starts to change. But he was never in it for that. He was just a competitor that wanted to compete. And I got to tell you, personalize this, but I love guys like that. The fame or the money or some of these things that come with them, count your lucky stars. But that shouldn't be your attitude. You should want to just go out and compete. And that's the way it used to be. That's just not a reality now. It's just not. And the guys now who don't share that opinion are not wrong. But I personally am not wrong for cheering for the guys that just are competitors. They're straight up competitors. And this is what Faber is. So in the WEC, his life starts to change. And Reed Harris, who was running the organization, really wanted to focus on the lighter weights. This was going to be how he stood out. He, meaning WEC and his brand, were going to stand out from, say, the Prides or the UFCs that were focused on the heavyweights. And Reed was going to, a very risky model. Even boxing, it was the heavyweights. Your Muhammad Ali's and your Mike Tyson's and your George Foreman's, right? What do they have in common? They're all heavyweights. And Reed said, no, there's another way to do this. This sport has technique and it has tenacity. And you're never going to see that from anybody like you're seeing from the lighter weights. And I'm going to go hang my hat on this. Well, he was going to make Uriah the face. And Uriah told me that. He goes, man, they're getting ready to blow me up. He goes, I don't really know. That was his term, blow me up. He goes, I don't really know what it means, but, they're going to focus on this weight class and they see something in me. And, I'm going to ride with these guys. So I ended up signing with the WEC. And we just kind of went through this journey together. And Uriah even started a management company, and I was one of the guys on that. And he's just one of these great guys where if you know Faber and you ever need a favor, all you need to do is ask him. It could be anything. If you know him, he will do you that. The end. He's just a great guy. So, but look at the competitor. I'm here to talk about the competitor, not what a great guy is. I think you guys all know. Everybody likes Faber. Why I'm so high on him today. Okay, he makes his comeback. He gets thrown in there with Ricky Simone, a fight he was never supposed to win, by the way. I mean, Ricky was 26 years old. Faber was 40 years old. Ricky's on a streak. Faber been on the bench for a little bit. Faber goes out. He beats Ricky. Faber comes back. He gets dealt from the bottom of the deck again. He draws Peter Yan. Peter Yan going into that fight was 15-1, and it was a great fight, by the way. It really was. When things went bad for Faber, they went really bad. But aside from those moments, there was a very competitive match. You start looking at it going, okay, I understand that one threw you off your course of a quick shot back to a championship, but you're still really good. You have something to offer here. You could do plenty of more fights. All right. So then in his personal life, he goes on, he has a child and everything's working out. Uriah's doing these things. He's trying to juggle all these balls. He's got some movie that's now coming out. How he ends up in the movie business, who knows? It's Faber. Guy does everything. He weighed in this morning. Uriah Faber shows up in Florida, gets on the scale and weighs in. And I read this on bloodyelbow.com, and the headline says, Uriah Faber crashes weigh-ins. And I think, oh no, what did he do? Did he show up and call somebody out at night? What do you mean he crashed weigh-ins? Clickbait. They clickbaited me, but he didn't do any of those things. He had a deal with the UFC that he was going to fill in for some fight, which, by the way, I should mention is 155 pounds, not even his weight class. He happened to be in town. He heard word that they could have issues with that weight class, so he just contacted the company and said, hey, by the way, I'm here, and I'll do it. This is a very cool thing for multiple reasons, not only because it proves the point that I'm trying to make, that you've got a real competitor here and you have a special guy, but when you're with an organization It can be any company in the world, and things get tough. That's when you step up. That's when you step up and say, fellas, stand back and watch me go to work. This is why you've kept me around, and this is why you've believed in me for times like this. Faber didn't say, give me X, Y, and Z and pad this and do me this favor. He said, I heard you need somebody. Nobody's here. I happen to be here. Oh, it's not my weight class. Don't worry about that. Oh, it's not, I don't even know who the opponent is. It's one of these two. Don't worry about that. Oh, this is a really big fight. Don't worry about any of that. You guys need something. I heard. I'm here, and I'm going to do it for you. That's what you do when things are tough. That's where you show who your true colors are. Urijah Faber showed his true colors. I've known this guy since the 90s. I already knew who he was. Now the rest of you know who he is.